Hi and welcome along to AFTV. Of course, it's transfer deadline day and I'm here with another update. Two things to update you on. The first one is about Aaron Ramsdale. The second one about Mikel Merino, who we just signed. But let's first of all start off by talking about Aaron Ramsdale. He has officially left Arsenal Football Club. It's been announced at Southampton as a brand new Southampton player. Of course, signed for £25 million, which basically breaks down as £8 million and the rest in add-ons, which takes it up to £25 million. And Aaron Ramsdale is now a Southampton player, no longer an Arsenal player. Also, as part of the, this sort of domino effect, Arsenal are set to announce the signing of Neto from Bournemouth. He's going to be the new number two to David Raya. He's joining Arsenal on a season-long loan. So very, very interesting. No excuses for Arsenal not to go and get a forward player for my books, because they haven't had to go and pay a big amount of money for Joan Garcia, because they didn't get Garcia because Garcia's club Espanyol were holding out for the big release clause, so they've decided to go for Neto instead. But back on to Aaron Ramsdale. Sad to see him go, I have to say. A real good servant for Arsenal. When he first came in at Arsenal, you've got to say there was a lot of people with doubts, including myself, thinking, is he going to make the grade? But boy, was he a good goalkeeper for us. Really, really good. And it was a real surprise when Arsenal decided to bring in David Raya and he ended up losing his place. And we all know that this guy's too good to be a number two, and he wants to play regular football. He wants to get himself back into the England team, and you saw the team that came out yesterday. He's actually lost his place in that England setup, and that's probably just because he hasn't been playing regular football. So now he's found a home. He's going to be at Southampton, and we're wishing him all the best. Let's just see some of the sort of reactions to it. Aaron Ramsdale himself posting on his Instagram, and this is what he posted regarding his goodbye. He said, "From the moment I arrived, I felt like one of you. All I ever wanted to do was give my all and try to get the club back to where it belongs. The connection that we had will stay with me forever." He goes on to say, "This is a special football club that has come a long way in a short space of time, and it's been a privilege to share so many great moments with you." He then went on to say, "I look forward to returning soon, seeing some familiar faces and reminiscing on the good times. Thank you to all of my teammates for going to battle with me. We certainly had a good go and had some fun. Finally, most of all, thank you to the Gunners for always being behind me. I will love you forever. See you soon." That was the message from Aaron Ramsdale on his Instagram. Very emotional post there. And as I said, so many of us sad to see him go. It's just not worked out. This is football, man. Football is a tough old game. You know what I mean? I know, we'll be there and we'll be saying, get rid of this player, sign this player. But the tough reality of it is that players lose their place and can go. Some other people had some things to say with regards to it. The manager, Mikel Arteta, this was his quote in his press conference this morning. He said, "Aaron Ramsdale has been a top professional since joining in 2021 and has made many contributions during his time with us. We thank Aaron for everything he gave to Arsenal and wish him and his family the best of health, success and happiness in his new opportunity with Southampton." And Edu went on to say, "We're pleased to have reached a very positive transfer completion with Southampton, and Aaron Ramsdale leaves us with our best wishes. We thank Aaron for his performances for the club since joining us 3 years ago, and we wish him and his family well in their new chapter." So lots of well wishes being bandied around there. Sad that he's had to go. But 25 million in the bank for Arsenal, and he goes with the best wishes of everyone. And I kind of think that Arsenal have helped to facilitate this move as well, because remember, they were looking for around about £30 million, but they've taken a little bit less to enable the player to go and to play football week in, week out. So wishing Aaron Ramsdale all the best. The other thing I wanted to talk about in this video is that we've got an injury to our brand new signing, Mikel Merino, set to be out for weeks after picking up an injury in training. You couldn't write this. Mikel Arteta in his press conference this morning said, very unfortunate. Yesterday we had a collision. He had a collision, should I say, and he's got a shoulder injury. He looks like he's going to be out for a few weeks. Luckily, there's going to be an international break, so I don't know if he maybe be back during, or just after that. He says in his first session with us, he was really excited. We were really excited. We were all really excited. He landed on the floor. Gabby went on top of him, and it looks like he got a small fracture, probably. We have to see the recovery timescale. He was in so much pain. We have to wait and see with staff to do some more tests, and they will have some conclusive answers. So Mikel Merino is going to be out for a few weeks, and that is bad news. A small fracture, he says. Let's hope it is just a small fracture and it's not, turns into being a more serious injury. But then does that again now mean that Arsenal have to look at the transfer market? Are they a little bit short? I mean, listen, I guess they've had cover. They've had Thomas Partey in there. They've got Declan Rice. They've got Jorginho. They've got players in there at the moment to cover it. Hopefully he won't be out for too long. But to get injured in your first training session with Gabriel falling on top of him, oh my days, man, you couldn't write it, man. You couldn't write it. But it is what it happens. It happens. Let's just hope it's not another, because we all remember what happened with Timber last year. As soon as he signed, injured, out for literally the whole season. Let's hope this is just, a few weeks and he's back. And as I said, we've got, after this week, we've got a couple of weeks international break. So hopefully he can get, fully rehabilitated. But it sounds like it was quite bad because he said he was in so much pain. And if you get a little fracture or you fall awkwardly on your shoulder, I mean, that is a painful injury, I can tell you that. So those are the two big bits of breaking news so far today. Listen, we're going to be keeping you updated with everything that is happening here on this busy transfer deadline day. Still no news on any forward players, and this is worrying me a little bit at the moment. I really do think Arsenal, to have a good transfer window, have to bring in a forward player. And I was looking at some other quotes from Mikel Arteta on the transfer window. He said, we've tried to do all the things that we wanted. There was a lot to do, still a few hours to go, and we are prepared. Let's see, it's always possible. The last 24 hours, never rule out anything. That's what he said. Is that him knowing that something's coming, or is that him just sort of preparing us just in case he doesn't get anybody to say, listen, we've tried, but I think it will be a big mistake if Arsenal don't bring in a forward player. It's not going to be Ivan Toney now. We know that Ivan Toney is actually over in Saudi Arabia. He's now decided to go. He had stalled his move last week to go to Al Hilal because, he learnt of interest from Arsenal, but they haven't followed through on it. And now he's decided to join, Al Ali. He's decided to join over there in Saudi Arabia. So it's not going to be Ivan Toney. Could Arsenal make a move for Raheem Sterling? Not an easy deal to do. There's big wages involved. There's him sorting out the whole mess of the situation with Chelsea before any sort of a move can even be contemplated. But there is said to be interest from Arsenal. Could it be Kingsley Coman? There's been no offers yet from Arsenal to Coman, and the Saudis want him as well. It's going to be a long day, but I do feel that Arsenal, to complete this transfer window, cannot leave themselves short up front. And then also outgoings. What's going to happen with Reiss Nelson? Still no news on that. Is Reiss Nelson staying? And if he does stay, then what does that do to the situation in bringing in another forward player? So, I don't know, man. I mean, we got a long day ahead and we're going to be all over it here on AFTV. Don't forget, we've got 6 p.m. tonight. We're going live with an Invincible podcast special where we're going to be focusing on transfer deadline day. Then after that, right up until the window closes, or if there's an obvious that we're not going to do anything, but we will be live here. All of the guys are going to be here. Turkish, James, Laurie, also Cecil. We're going to be all running a rule over the transfer business this summer because the transfer window closes tonight at 11 o'clock. Will Arsenal get any business done? So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here to AFTV. You can get all your notifications for any bit of breaking news. But the story right now so far today is Aaron Ramsdale has joined Southampton. He's left the club officially. And also Mikel Merino out for weeks with a small fracture that he picked up in training yesterday. It's all happening here at Arsenal. Thanks for watching.